Bookmarks make an easy and inexpensive gift option for readers. I'm Marcy McDonald with Pacific Northwest Suburban Homesteading. This week, I'll show options using paper and odds and ends from my craft stash. Last week, I showed how to use ribbons and fabric scraps to make pretty bookmarks. Let's explore other options now. I have a few different kinds of options. I have some books that are fairly precious to me, so that's made me think about using scrapbook quality materials, some different scrapbook papers, and I have scrapbook stickers. Now these, you don't have to worry about causing a problem if you leave them in a book for a long time. But my bookmarks don't usually stay in books for all that long, so it's less of an issue. And if you're working with kids, just using good old-fashioned construction paper works just fine. And for stiffening or a base, I've been saving cardstock for, oh, I don't know, forever. These are cards that have come in things that I purchased, clothing or medications. I'd use a cereal box or anything, just you want something to give some body to the bookmark so it's stiff. And you can do different kinds of artwork on your bookmarks, but you can also do something tailored, very specific to somebody's interests and hobbies. For instance, I have an old State Trooper cruiser calendar. The artworks inside are too big, but the pictures on the back could make a nice bookmark. For car enthusiasts, you got the Mustangs. For dance, ballet, you got kittens, puppies, hamsters, capybara, any kind of interest like that. You can find pictures and things. You can print things off of the internet to make into a bookmark. Let's use this little calendar. Let's see, classics, 70s, 80s, 90s. I think I'm gonna do those ones. So let's see, let me give a little room around the edges. So we can make sure it's even, or at least close to it. So I don't want it to look too lopsided. Just think about what to back this with. And you know what I might do is just back it with another. Nope, I did not push my craft knife down hard enough. Okay, that time I got it through. It might actually be easier to use scissors for this, but I like the straight lines. They do not cut straight lines with scissors. This is a pretty good size for a bookmark. I was thinking about what am I going to back it with, because I got my craft papers and stuff, but let's make it double-sided. So just line it up with one of the other strips of Mustang pictures. I think what I'll do is just cut it out large and then trim it down. So these two things together are actually, I don't think I'll need to reinforce these. So I think what we do is, looks like the top's lined up pretty good. Try to cut those about the same, so then the rest of the dimensions will line up. So we can line up 2 of the 3. So those line up. And let's just do a nice layer of glue. Like I'll put on that piece that's already been cut. Do a thin layer so it doesn't distort the paper because the moisture. Thin layer like this should dry pretty quickly. Probably should have started like this. Live, learn. I think I've been crafting for a lot of years and I still think of new ways to do things a little better. I'm fairly close to the edge, so I don't end up with a lot of gapping. All right, so let's make sure we got them both the right way and line those edges up. Okay, let's let that dry. It'll dry, but it's wanting to curl a little bit, so I think I'm gonna put something with a little bit of weight on it on top of that. Okay, after a couple of days drying, everything is good to go, so we just need to trim off the excess. I'm using the clear ruler because it's easier to see the lines. I'll square up the top a little bit. So it helps if I hold the ruler down better. This might have been better done with scissors. Seemed like a good idea at the time. And same at the bottom. For the next one, I want to use scrapbooking paper. Scrapbooking paper is acid-free, so if you're going to be using your bookmarks in a collector's edition book or something like that, it might be a nice touch. Scott and I are big readers and own a huge number of books. We have some rare books, some special editions with special art, and sprayed book edges, even a few signed copies. Standard paper, yellows and browns on the edges. Get ready to leave the bookmark and your book could cause damage over time. Most of my books don't have bookmarks left in them long enough for it to be a problem, but it's a nice touch, especially if you're going to do this for gifts. So I think I'm going to pick two different papers. So this is a nice purpley color. Yes, I do like purple. It's kind of a thing. So do these purples go together? Yeah, that should work. All right, so I'm going to take 2 pages out of here. So there's a lot of really nice papers that you can get because in scrapbooks, people do some really, really creative things. There's some just fairly plain papers. And then you have this book. I've had these for a while, so the books are breaking down. And this one, you have some really nice stuff like this. Not appropriate for today's project, but I can think of lots of cool things we could do with this. That can work. My idea is to take it when I cut it down and then put it between the 2 layers as an edge to kind of finish it. Let's see what happens. But right now, we just need to cut it to size. And I'm going to cut both of them together. So I don't have to cut them both separately. So these handy dandy markings on my cutting mat. You don't have to have a fancy mat like this. I've also used the back of construction paper, which makes a good thing just to keep you from cutting your table. So 2 pages lined up. And let's make this one 2 inches. Go on a longer ruler. It's lined up, that's lined up. Actually, make two. We're doing. If I get through the other layer. I really need to push down harder on my craft die because I'm not quite getting through. I should probably trim off a little bit of that where I kind of got a little bit off when I was cutting it. So a project like this, how to glue stick, because they sell acid-free glue sticks. If we had that, that would probably be better, but I'm just gonna use my standard clear glue because that's what I have. Though I'm curious about whether this would work or not. Yeah, let's give it a shot. We'll do one of them with it. Do the one with the slight cutout there. Maybe it will be less noticeable. A very thin layer of glue. So you want it to stick, but not, you know, like ooze out all over the place. Less ooze, more stick. Put a little extra over the edge so that it will give me something to work with at the end so I can tuck edges. Get some of my cutting mat, so I have to clear that off because I use this for sewing. Probably gonna have to, let's not stick that in the heat. Show you how I'm going to finish it before I commit to the glue. Okay, let's fold that under. Okay, I probably should have waited to trim that until after I had done that bit. Put a teensy bit of glue right there to finish it off. Okay, so this is one way to do it. You could probably do a lot better just doing it straight instead of getting fancy and trying to fold the corners over. And I think I'm going to attach this bit onto here. So we'll put a little more glue along the edges. Don't get too much that'll show. I'll not get it too thick so it's gonna damage the paper. This isn't gonna be nearly as tidy as I'd really like it to be. Trim this little bit of the ribbon off. You're gonna want to let that glue dry, of course. Now I have just a plain paper bookmark with a ribbon edge. This is perfectly serviceable as it is. It's much simpler if you do just the plain paper, because we'll decorate it after. And again, you can put a piece of cardboard in to thicken it up so it is not so floppy, but this acid-free paper is actually pretty sturdy. Once you have your glued together paper and you're done, I recommend letting it dry before you do anything too crazy with it. You can add stickers. These are actually stickers that are for scrapbooking. So again, with the acid free. For someone who really loves science, you can do like planets. For people of faith, we have some stickers that have little sayings, you know, someone wants to tuck it in their Bible. And these ones have some Celtic knotwork or interlacing, which is near and dear to my heart as someone of Scottish descent. Also a sticker collection from when I was growing up. I actually have some stickers that, these are really old. Stickers with my name spelled correctly. My mother used to buy things whenever she found something with my name spelled correctly, she would buy up what they had. And these, my mom's been dead for 30 years now, and I still have a few of these left. I could use something like this on my bookmark to personalize it. If you're into unicorns, these are stickers left over from when I was growing up. I had this really big unicorn thing. I've always loved the bright colors of rainbows. These are hologram. These were really big in the 80s. With Valentine's Day coming up, these, you know, the heart stickers might be kind of good for a nice Valentine's Day gift. For the purposes of illustration, I'll take and put some of these stickers. Use some stickers to decorate this. You can also use markers to decorate these. You're gonna wanna go with something that isn't water soluble. So I have some alcohol markers. These are kind of cool because they have two different thicknesses, depending on which end you want to use. Or I have some other permanent markers. I have some metallic, which would be kind of cool for this. I do suggest skipping the glitter glue pens, however. Sometimes they remain tacky and can stick to the book pages. Definitely something to be avoided. Keep it super simple. I'm gonna use my construction paper. I'm gonna put marker pen on my cutting mat. If you're more artistic than me, you could do swirls and dots like mandalas or something like that. I'm just gonna keep it as simple as I can because I don't want to mess it up. Push the edges a little bit better there. And let me do that one. And suggest just kind of planning out ahead of time so you know what you're doing, so you're not just kind of winging it like I'm doing here. But anyway, I kept that simple, and here we go. You know, this is plain. I should probably put some stickers or something on there, or just leave it as is and just go with a simple bookmark. This, a little bit of marker pen, and let's let everything dry. One simple way to make a bookmark that can be really meaningful for the right person is to do something with some of the collectible card games. This is from Magic the Gathering. This is from an old set of Vampire. These are Scots. And what you can do is find some of the low value cards so people don't mind leaving them in a book because they're not actually going to be actively playing with them. And you can put them in a card sleeve. This is an example of some of the card sleeves, which is just a plastic cover that you slide the cards into. And the card sleeve will protect both the cards and the book. I don't have a laminator. If you have access to one, it is a great way to protect any paper crafted bookmarks. As an example, I have a well-loved one from my niece made at her school with her photo, which I've covered for her privacy. And there you have it, 3 paper bookmarks made from craft supplies I had in my stash, plus an idea using collector cards. I'd love to see photos of your own crafted bookmarks shared in the comments. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Until next time, be curious, keep an open mind, and never stop learning.